Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan Dang and I'm a type 1 diabetic, and today I thought I'd do kind of a reaction slash explanation of diabetic memes and jokes that I've come across. So I'm part of a Reddit community called Diabetes, and a lot of times I come across jokes on there that are funny to me about diabetes, but I realized that it's kind of cool because only a certain number or certain group of people really understand these jokes, because if you're not diabetic, it's not really applicable to you. So today I thought it'd be kind of just interesting to explain what the joke means and kind of just share these jokes with other diabetics out there who might find them funny. So if you have any questions or comments or jokes of your own, please make sure to leave it down below and I'll be sure to reply to you. Okay, so this first joke is showing me and then my bed at night, and then it's kind of the person being pulled away by like a monster or something, saying having to drink a juice box and brush my teeth again. So the joke with this is that it seems like for every diabetic, after you've brushed your teeth and you're completely ready for bed, all tucked in, your blood sugar just goes low and you have to get out of bed, you have to go eat a snack, and then you have to brush your teeth again, and it just kind of ruins your whole night routine. I feel like this happens to me a lot because when I exercise during the day, it seems to always make me low at night no matter what I do. Maybe I should just figure out a way to control it better, but at night, it seems like after I brush my teeth and everything and I've gone into my pajamas, I'm all tucked in, I'll check my CGM one last time and it'll be like 100 going 3 arrows down or something like that. So yeah, that's basically the joke there. So the next joke is saying diabetes is crazy because I'll just be minding my own business, then suddenly if I don't have a banana right now, I'll die. So this is basically because when you go low, you feel like crazy. It's just like pretty wild, and if you don't get sugar in your system quickly, you're going to pass out. And it's really funny because they say like banana because it's just like a weird thing to say, but like bananas have a lot of sugar, so they can be used as something to bring your blood sugar up. The next one is showing, I don't actually know who these people are. I see kind of this meme a lot, but I don't know who they are. But basically, me proud being able to drink so much water, and there's somebody like coming up behind you saying undiagnosed diabetes. So the joke here is that like you think it's all like, you think you're doing great just drinking water, being healthy, when in reality it's a symptom of diabetes. I didn't actually experience it exactly like this. When I was little, I was 3 when I was diagnosed with diabetes, and my parents noticed that I was drinking so much water the months leading up to my diagnosis. So I was like 2 to the beginning of 3. And I was just like chugging so much water, and they were really concerned with me because it's a tiny little kid drinking that much water, but it ended up being because of my undiagnosed diabetes. And I'm sure people who are like older, who are getting diagnosed at a later stage of their life, they might just be like, wow, I'm being really healthy, drinking so much, doing good for my skin. When in reality, the reason why your body's doing that is because of your undiagnosed diabetes. Okay, so the next one is kind of a joke about insulin prices. So it says, "Dear Mexican cartel, sorry about marijuana, but if you want to make up for that lost value, we could really use some insulin. Thank you, the United States." So insulin it's kind of like a thing a lot of people in the diabetic community talk about, and just in general about the insulin cost and how it's so excruciatingly ridiculous. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, especially if you're a diabetic. You have to deal with so many issues with like insurance and getting that covered by insulin and all this stuff. So yeah, insulin should definitely cost less. Okay, so this one says, y'all complaining about Amazon's hand sanitizer prices and saying it's absurd. Try buying insulin, which you need to live. So I remember last year when everybody was buying hand sanitizer, I think it was like literally a year ago today, that I was sent home from college and everything was online. But basically hand sanitizers prices were going up the roof. And this tweet is basically just saying like, imagine if you had to do this for something that you need to live, like insulin. This is what we've been dealing with for all this time before. Okay, so this one definitely applies to me. It says, please do not disturb diabetics when they are changing their lancet. It is a beautiful sacred ritual that happens once every 10 years. Instead, admire the moment in silence and place a bowl of fresh cinnamon nearby. So when I was little, I literally replaced my lancet every single time I tested my blood sugar, And take note, I didn't even have a CGM until around high school. I didn't start using one. So I was testing my blood sugar like 8 to 10 times a day versus now like 2 or 3 times at most. But I replace my insulin every single time and it's really bad. But once I learned like other people in the community don't replace it, and I started like joining Reddit and I went to diabetic camps and found that out, I kind of got lazy, and now I'm definitely one of those people who barely change their Lancet, which is really bad, but hopefully like it isn't too stinky, but or it doesn't infect me. So this one says, when someone asks me a question and my blood sugar is low. I definitely feel this way when my blood sugar is low. It's kind of weird to explain, but I understand what this means, and I'm sure a bunch of other diabetics understand too. This one was funny to me. It says like butter compartment, insulin storage. Our butter compartment is just all of my insulin bottles, and it's always like falling out of it. I've never really even seen butter compartments as anything other than insulin storage, because that's just always where I've kept it my whole life. And this one says, we did it, we time traveled, but to what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Is there a cure to diabetes? Yes. We are 5 years in the future. So this one kind of is talking about the whole joke about how people are always saying diabetes cure is 5 years away. So if you ask somebody is there a cure to diabetes, and they say yes, and it automatically has to be 5 years in the future, because there's always going to be a cure 5 years away. It is kind of crazy because we always hear about like, oh, the cure is coming, and I feel like I've heard that my whole life, and I'm sure older diabetics have heard that their whole life, but I still believe. Okay, and this final one I'll be sharing is this one. It says, me, my blood sugar is low, I need some juice. People, how can you tell? Me, I feel it. So yeah, this one kind of encapsulates how I look and feel when my blood sugar is low. And it's kind of like a weird thing to explain to people who aren't diabetic, how you just know. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. So hopefully this video was kind of interesting and more fun than my usual videos. If anyone has any kind of suggestions for future videos for me to make, please make sure to leave it down below and I'll be sure to create them. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.